Right, gents, let's do this. Welcome back. The streak of consistency is back on. Pardon me. So, the thing that's been rattling around in my head for a while now, and just had to kind of, put it to words. Risk versus reward. I know a lot of guys, and I'm not ripping on you, I'm being sincere here. I know a lot of guys who have been very critical of my life choices, who, now, decades later, are nowhere near where they want to be. They're not closer to it, they're actually further from where they want to be. And they attribute my success, because I'm closer to where I want to be, they attribute that to luck. And I've talked about that in other videos, so I won't go too far down the rabbit hole. But what a load of crap. Like, when somebody's winning, either ignore it or, say well done. It is very unmasculine to belittle another man's accomplishments. Incredibly unmasculine. Get your ego in check. Get in the gym, get crushed, right? Smash the weights, get choked out, get punched in the face repeatedly. You need to squash your ego. I can't emphasize that enough. So let's bring this back to the original topic, risk versus reward. So it's becoming abundantly clear, 2, 3, whatever decades later, that if you don't take the path less traveled, the risk is not a risk. It's your reward, right? And it's not the reward that you want. It's kind of funny, right? Because there's no guarantees in life, but you most certainly will reap the rewards of having walked the path less traveled, having applied yourself and having tried and have been on the path, right? That is a set of rewards all on its own. Those are rewards in and of themselves. It's very, I don't want to use the word motivating. Satisfying, maybe. It's good, right? When you know that you're trying hard, that you're giving it your all, that just stokes the fire, right? You got some momentum, and it just gives you more momentum. But when so you can guarantee that if you walk that path less traveled, right? We're thinking risk versus reward here. So if you risk ridicule and walking alone and failure, the reward is immediate. You get the reward of knowing that you're doing the right thing. And maybe down the line, there'll be another reward, like actually achieving your goal or some of your goal or some of your goals, depending on what all you've got cooked up in that head of yours, right? But people fail to understand. This is what really gets me. If you don't step off that path, that mainstream path, if you don't step off that at some point, man, I don't even know how to verbalize this adequately. Guaranteed, you're not getting any of the rewards. So I find this whole risk versus reward thing to be very puzzling, because, the people who ridiculed me for my choices in the past are in worse spots today than they were then. And I could see it. I could see what was coming, which is why I chose a harder path. And so it's like it's guaranteed. Risk versus reward, like not investing in your future, how's that not risky? You know, from a casual kind of perspective, is very risky. But the truth of the matter, for anyone who knows anything, especially if they have a little bit of life experience under their belt, it's not a risk, it's a guarantee. You are bloody well guaranteed that if you don't do the hard thing, if you don't make the hard decisions day after day when it's required in the moment, guaranteed you'll fail. And that's like fail with a capital F. You're not going to get where you want to go. You're not going to have what you need. So people are like, oh, you shouldn't start a business, it's risky. Really, dude? I'm just going to say it, man. That's the words of a coward. Not trying is riskier. In fact, it's guaranteed failure. The man who goes out and steps into the arena, you should Google that, the man in the arena. Good read. It's mind-boggling. So this concept of risk versus reward is very skewed, and it's I'm knocking the place over here. It's very skewed and it's highly nuanced, right? So I understand why it's kind of oversimplified, but rest assured, the risk is in not trying. The risk is in not taking the risk, as the mainstream would put it. The average person says that the risk is putting yourself out there. I say, and many other men who are on the path, I say the risk is not a risk at all, it's a guarantee. Failure to step on the path is the final failure. That's how you die at 20 and get buried 50 to 60 years later. Think it through. Pretty heavy topic, guys. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment, please, because of the bloody algorithm. See you in the next one.